Time now for my review of Agents of Sabotage, the latest update to Grand Theft Auto Online, available on current gen PS5, Xbox Series, as well as last gen PS4, Xbox One, and on PC. As usual, we're going to go over the pros, cons, and my final verdict. Your thoughts, views, and opinions regarding Agents of Sabotage, welcome, as always, below in the comments section. Now let's get into the pros. Nearly 30 vehicles re-added to Legendary and Southern San Andreas Super Autos websites, so that's great news, especially for those of us that were upset about all those vehicles, or a lot more of those vehicles, being taken off the websites with the Mercenaries update some time ago. Plus, a lot of civilian vehicles have been given the lock-on jammer upgrade ability at the agency. I think it's nearly 50 vehicles. I could be wrong about that, but it's a lot of vehicles that you can now add the lock-on jammer to, but you have to have the agency, and I think it's $380,000 a pop. But if you enjoy driving around in a public lobby and some of these vehicles, and you want to make it a little bit more challenging for players that like to use lock-on weapons, whether it's militarized vehicles or the broomstick, then the lock-on jammer is probably a must for driving around in public lobbies. A new property was added, well, not so new. The Garment Factory, which was featured in the main story of GTA 5, along with the heist update for GTA Online back in March 2015, almost 10 years ago. It was originally burned by Lester, but then I guess it was rebuilt and sold, and now we own the Garment Factory for $2.3 million. So with the Garment Factory, you meet Jody Marshall, former FIB agent, and you'll have the FIB files, which are basically 4 mini heists that you can do. There's a few setups for each one, and then a finale for each of the files. There is the ability for you to either initiate and carry out the FIB files and setups either at the Garment Factory or via your phone. That's pretty convenient if you don't want to keep going back to the Garment Factory in order to launch the next setup or the next file or file finale. Along with the Garment Factory, we got 10 additional vehicle storage slots spaces, so you can purchase up to 10 more vehicles. We have this fast travel ability thanks to the Garment Factory, which is very limited. There are 5 locations at the moment that you can fast travel back and forth to the Garment Factory from: Burton Station, Del Perro Station, La Mesa Subway, LSIA Parking Station, as well as the Taventon Truck Stop, where Franklin has a little race against 2 guys in GTA 5. My hope is that we will see additional fast travel spots added: Sandy Shores, Grapeseed, Paleto Bay, Fort Zancudo, Chumash. It would be nice if Rockstar added additional fast travel locations for the Garment Factory across the rest of the map of Southern San Andreas. Along with the Garment Factory, you have the ability to get the Bureautech upgrade for your Terabyte, which gives you the ability to have the collectible scanner, which makes it easier to find collectibles. Master Control Terminal for your storage, cargo, all of your businesses can be done now through the Terabyte. And for all you public players that like to use the Terabyte, the missile lock-on jammer, as well as silent running. As with tradition, when it comes to all these updates, there's always new vehicles. The name of the game is Grand Theft Auto, after all. So we got some new vehicles. Some of them are good. Some of them I would pass on probably. The best of the vehicles is easily the Banshee GTS. It is an amazing sports car. It also has an HSW upgrade that makes it an acceleration monster on PS5 and Xbox Series through the LS car meets. Price tag for the Banshee GTS is $1.9 million, but if you want that HSW upgrade, once again exclusive to PS5 and Xbox Series for now, then you have to pay an additional $1.8 million to get the HSW variant of the Banshee GTS. There's also a wide-body version of the Jester RR that many people consider to be a ripoff because you can't really customize it. You can't take the skin off of it and replace it. So I would probably pass on the Jester RR wide body. There's other vehicles, including the Chavez V6 over on Southern San Andreas Super Autos, and 2 new police vehicles. There'll be a couple more dripped out in a few months from now. the Terminus Patrol, as well as the Kara Pursuit. And there's new dispatch missions that you can do with all the police vehicles, including the Terminus Patrol, Kara Pursuit, in order to get the discounted price. Plus, the emergency lighting for all the police vehicles can be activated separately from sirens. The update also brought us 100 pieces of male and female clothing items, along with a new hairstyle for male and female characters, as well as the various bugs, fixes, issues, quality of life improvements, and the additional drip feed content that will be coming out in a few months from now. But with all these updates, there's always cons, so let's talk about the cons. The L. Strickler military rifle, which is basically a reskin of the military rifle. It's apparently a little bit better than the regular military rifle, but it is early access for GTA Plus players. In other words, if you do not have GTA Plus, you cannot purchase the L. Strickler military rifle at the gun van until sometime in January. Bear in mind, this is the only quote-unquote new weapon that was added courtesy of this update. Throughout the heist challenge and even in the Rockstar support page for this update, Rockstar has claimed that the Police Predator boat is a new vehicle. That is not true. It's been in the game since launch back in October 2013. It's only become available for us to purchase as a Pegasus vehicle courtesy of this update. Claiming that the Police Predator boat is a new vehicle, Rockstar, is what we call a lie. As far as I can tell, there's only 4 FIB files, and I don't think they're going to rotate any other additional FIB files into the game. The 4 that we got are the only 4 that we're going to have. 3 of them that we can do have cooldowns to them, but then there's always going to be a 4th one that rotates as the priority file. Now, it will pay out more money than the finales for the other 3 files. I think over $300,000 for the priority file. However, you can only do the priority file, whichever one of those 4 it happens to be, once per week. I don't know what Rockstar's obsession is with cooldowns, whether it's in GTA Online or Red Dead Online. The majority of players don't really like cooldowns, and it's obvious why Rockstar does the cooldowns, because they don't want us to make a ton of money doing the FIB files, even though the payouts aren't very good. The same thing for Call to Arms and Red Dead Online. I mean, the payouts for Call to Arms aren't very good either, yet there's cooldowns for that as well. It really doesn't make sense why Rockstar chooses to impose cooldowns on these various activities in their online games. But overall, the FIB files are okay. They're not the greatest thing ever, but I do think that they will become very boring and repetitive within a short amount of time. There's just a lot of copy pasta in this update, and it's okay to have some copy pasta here and there along with some new stuff, but it feels like most of our updates over the past few years have been more copy pasta and less new ideas, mainly because Rockstar's gone beyond the bottom of the barrel when it comes to content for GTA Online. In a lot of ways, the FIB files are just mini heists or contact missions, whatever you want to call them, repurposed with some elements from story mode tweaked into online, such as the cargo plane crashing into the Alamo Sea. But that's nothing new when it comes to updates for GTA Online for the past few years. So there are the pros, cons. Time now for my verdict. Agents of Sabotage is yet another average at best update meant to keep GTA Plus subscriptions, investors, the GTA community held over till GTA 6 and 6 Online come out in hopefully fall 2025. Sadly, the last good update that we got to GTA Online was the contract 3 years ago. Since then, it has been average and below average when it comes to the summer and December updates for Grand Theft Auto Online, which sadly does include Agents of Sabotage. We do have Festive Surprise coming up along with some more drip-fed content throughout, I guess you could say, the first few months of 2025. But overall, Agents of Sabotage is just another prime example of how Rockstar is just trying to keep this mode going for as long as they can, for the investors, GTA subscriptions, I don't even know if shark card sales really factor in anymore because there's so many ways you can actually make money in the game. The milking of this cow known as GTA Online continues, even if it is anorexic down to the bare bones. Rockstar is going to milk the very bone marrow out of this game, if there's any left, until they launch GTA 6 and 6 Online, hopefully sometime in fall 2025, unless it gets delayed. It's possible that we might get one more update in the summer. As much as I would like to see GTA Online go out with a bang, like with a hypothetical Michael update, I think that GTA Online will probably end with a whimper, this twilight of average and below average updates until the very end. But that doesn't take away from the fact that there has been some pretty amazing updates over the past decade for Grand Theft Auto Online. And hopefully some pretty good updates in the future for GTA 6 Online. Your thoughts, views, and opinions regarding the Agents of Sabotage update, welcome, as always, below in the comments section.